One of the coolest things about Esperanto is how the last letter or two of a word tells us exactly how it's being used, even if we don't know yet the meaning of that particular word, which is awesome. And we don't get that in English most of the time, other than adverbs usually end in ly. Whereas in Esperanto, we can tell you everything by just looking at the end of a word. So nouns end in o. Great. Easy to know where the nouns are. Similarly, adjectives end in a. There's a handful of words that are like prepositions, usually, that happen to also end in a. Like ha ha ha, ha, just the sound of laughter, that ends in a, and that's not an adjective to say ha. But aside from just a very small handful of interjections and prepositions, if you see a word ending in a, blua, that's blue as an adjective. Bluo would be blue as a noun. So blua, you're describing something that happens to be blue. So if you see an A, you're looking at an adjective. And now, an interesting thing about Esperanto is that adjectives have to match their nouns. They change form based on the noun they're describing. So in English, I'd say a bluebird or 10 blue birds. But the word blue there didn't change, even though I pluralized the birds, and now there's more of them. In Esperanto, it would change. So you'd say blua birdo, but you'd say bluai birdoi. A bluebird, you then change it to blues, birds. So the J is what makes it plural in Esperanto. That's the way to make a noun plural, added J. So OJ, a plural noun. AJ, a plural adjective. Similarly, we add an N at the end of some words. Usually when we're making something an object or a receiver of action in a sentence, then it gets an N ending. So, mi amas katoin. I love cats. Well, because they're receiving my love, they get an N at the end. And because I love multiple cats, it's a JN. And if I specifically want to say that I love gray cats, I'd say mi amas grisain katoin. Mi amas grisain katoin. I love grays cats. You're pluralizing gray there. So I love gray cats is said with a plural adjective and a plural noun. So if you see a letter A at the end, or an AJ or AJN, if it's plural or being used as the object of a sentence, you'll see that that's an adjective you're dealing with. Pretty neat.